Hello winners and welcome. I hope you have a fantastic day. This video you're about to watch is a conversation between me and Fad Isam. This video does not contain any investment advice and it's only for educational purposes. It is a conversation that would normally be between me and a mentorship student. So it's packed with high value content. We're going through technical analysis, fundamental analysis, how to find entries, and how to analyze the market. And we're going through many of the cornerstones you need to have in your trading to become a successful Forex trader. Isn't that awesome? Well, join in. The audio might not be as great as I hoped for, but listen in and just take in all the information I'm giving you, okay? Awesome. Stay tuned.
Kind of information,
Yeah.
central bank. Where can I get the information? Is it via website, or is it via Bloomberg, or is it I have to go, let us say, to Federal Reserve website or to CME?
When I say fundamental analysis and central banks, I normally refer to the central bank monetary policy report that is given out every time they have a policy meeting. And I mean the summary, which is at the top.
Right. Is it okay?
Okay, so we can go right now. So which central bank do you want me to go to? Go to Fed maybe?
Yeah.
Fed. So Fed monetary policy. And then we should go to there. I can actually share my screen. I think that's much better for you to see that. Share screen. I think we can go there. You see my screen now?
Yes, right.
So
okay,
I just Googled Fed monetary policy, and I got to their Federal Reserve of monetary policy, and then I go to, which is the last one, 15th. So there's a PDF here.
Okay.
Go there. Here we have it.
Right. Okay.
So it starts off with the first word they use. Okay. So for me to analyze this, I would say, is it positive? Is it neutral? Is it is it positive or negative, or is it neutral in their wording? So what kind of words do they use? So they have used the word harm communities and disrupt economic activity. That's very negative. So coronavirus outbreaks has harmed communities and disrupted economic activity in many countries, including the United States. Global financial conditions have also been significantly affected. Again, negative. Challenging period so they coming into a challenging period. So this is way different from all the other central banking monetary policy reports that I've read. Normally they talk about, for example, they start off with the economy is growing at a moderate rate, or it's growing stronger than projections, or it's going slower than expected, something like that. They talk about CPI, they talk about wages, they talk about employment, they talk about retail sales, they talk about manufacturing. So they talk about a lot, but that doesn't come until much lower, where they talk about job gains has been solid.
Okay.
And in recent months, unemployment has been low. Today marks a different day. Today, the unemployment rate, the jobless claim was put out and was 3.3.
Which is higher than last week, right? Yeah.
And last time it was 300.
300. Okay.
And now it's 3.3 million.
So what do you think the impact as a whole? I mean, if you see just now when they where is it? The data came out, right? So suddenly the move very, I mean, in the market is very volatile. Then in the long term, is it going to affect US dollar at the moment, or is it US dollar going down? Or I mean, when you analyze this kind of thing on the fundamental side.
Okay. Okay. So this is already priced in. Okay.
Okay.
The reason why dollar has been so strong lately, this 3.3 million, not specifically 3.3, but that's what they have been pricing in. They're priced in the worst case scenario. So
Right.
if it wasn't priced in, it would strengthen the dollar instantly. So we can go to Euro USD. How does it look today? It's gone up. So that means the bad news has already been priced in to this fall here. So yeah, that's how I read it. And generally, if it was out of the blue, it wasn't expected, this Euro USD would be down here. It would fall significantly.
Right. Okay. I just because I was just seeing your chart, right? Your chart is very clean, so
Yeah,
there's no indication.
I've taken everything
So
away
there's
right
no
now.
right. So there's no indicator, no those kind of thing. How actually how to go for the entry, and how actually how to get at the end to exit at the right time.
Okay, so I go with some different rules here. I don't know if I talk about it a lot in my videos, but
Yes.
I do mention that I look for reversal of trend if it goes against me. Okay. So
Okay.
so technically, so I want to, let's say if I am a seller, so the market is currently going, at this point is going up. Okay.
Right.
We can
Okay.
both see price going up, right?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
do I want to see for me to start selling in a market that goes up? I would then look to see a pullback, but then a failed new high. This failed new high can even be this high, this high, this high, this high, but then it needs a new low. That's very important, okay? Pullback,
Okay.
then lower. That's what I want to see. Okay, so let's see. So there's nothing here. There's a pullback. There's a new high here. That's number one.
Okay.
Pullback, 2, 3. That's not a new high. Good. Then I need a new low, and I got it. This one did not make a new low. Okay. Then I want to continue up here. Okay. I can see something here. And that is, okay, it's very far-fetched, but technically this is double top. If you're very good willing, it's a new low. That is a new low because lower than that low, lower than that low, lower than that low, lower than that low. So we have 2, 3 lows that is lower than. We have the pullback. We have the pullback and sell.
I see.
That's what I look for every single time. Second of all, you want it to be at a price that is important to you. So do you think 115 is important? Do you think 1.15 is important, or is a round number to somebody?
Yes. It has to be a round number. Yes, exactly.
So
It's very important. Yeah.
as I'm just sending here, that's 115, and it stopped at 115. So we have 1, important level. 2, we have the reversal. 3, I am a seller.
Right.
So
I got it.
now I'm selling. Okay. But if I'm a buyer, then what do you do then? What if I'm a buyer? Okay, let's go and check that one out. Because we have been waiting and waiting and waiting. Here we have been waiting and waiting, nothing. But let's look here. We want, what do we want? We want a new low, pull back to the same high. Fine. New low. That is not a new low, and it holds. Good. Now we need a new high. Is this a new high? Nope. Is this a new high? Nope. Is this a new high? Yes. Awesome. What do we need once we get the new high? We need the pullback. When we have the pullback, ta-da!
So you wait for the right moment, yeah?
Now you can fire. And now you fired, and now it went up. The other thing as well, so there's two ways of looking at it. There's 1 hour and 4 hours. 1 hour would say that's your entry. Let's see. 1 hour would say that's your entry because of that one, that one, and that one.
Okay.
Those three highs. But 4 hours is a bit lower. Sorry. But 4 hours is a bit lower, and that would be here. Okay. So both of those entries are valid. So you have one entry on 1 hour and one entry in 4 hours. It just depends which one you choose to take.
Right. Okay.
And then what do you want to do then? Well, now you have entered here, taking everything to take profit with all your entries. Stop losses is to break even. Now you wait for the pullback. Where's the pullback coming? I don't know. But if it does come all the way down to again, fine. And then up. So then, this is what I do when the market goes against me, or the trend is against what I believe it will do.
Okay.
Now that is going with me, now we have got an entry. Now we have to wait for the pullback. Yeah, so this is what I look for every single day if the trend is against me. And if the trend is with me, I just look for pullbacks. So right now, okay, this is maybe a big pullback then, but right now I would plan for Monday. I would plan for Monday's trade today.
Okay.
So what do I want to see on Monday before I enter? Either that or that. Do you get me?
Right. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I'm following.
So we're already on Thursday. I want to plan Monday, so I'm already ahead of the market. So if it happens tomorrow, it can. If it happens tomorrow that the pullback happens, I would then be ready.
Right.
Right.
So you're waiting for, okay, I mean, just correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So basically you're purely on the chart, right? So you're looking for the pullback. So let us say you are a buyer. So you wait until the right moment, until the price goes down, then you buy, right?
Yeah.
So if let us say you are a seller, so you wait until the price goes high, then before it goes down, then I mean for the pullback to happen, then you sell it. Am I correct? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This was as a buyer, but as a seller, I'm like, okay. So where has it previously been at resistance? That's number one. I want resistance. Two, I want it to turn again. So then I want, let's see, I want this a high, new low, failed, high, new low, pull back, sell. So I want the same reversal pattern now on a smaller time frame as the same as happened down here. As the same as here. Okay. So once now, I would say this is now a new trend. This can continue higher, higher, and higher. I don't know. But what I want to do is I want to be in the best position before I start selling again. Unless I'm just chasing price and trying to stop the market. You should not be the first one to stop the market. You should just follow the market, right? That's why we don't enter until here as a buyer. That's why we don't enter until here instead of here or here. Or, yeah, right?
Okay.
As a buyer, you would rather be in here where you have had a full retracement, because if this was the high and it went lower, it went down here and you have bought it, you're trying to catch a falling knife, because this is the trend.
Okay. So I mean, this you're looking at the 60. I mean, the 1 hour time
Yeah,
frame, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
let us say in the 4 hours daily chart. So are you looking from the top-down analysis from the bigger time frame, from daily, weekly, then go down to 1 hour, or is it just straight to the 4 hours and 1 hour?
I feel like daily gives me too little information. 4 hours is to get an overview, and I don't have a specific. I would analyze on 4 hours, and I would enter on 1 hour. So I would analyze both time frames, and I'm not so into the time frame as in it has to be, but that's what I prefer to do.
Okay. Okay.
And if you
So
feel
the
like
best.
15 minutes is the best, okay. But for me, I feel like I can say that's resistance, and if it goes above here, I'm no longer interested. I would say that, and I would say that if I'm a seller.
Right. So the best go for the 4 hours, yeah.
Yeah,
Then
Forex.
entry in the 1 hour. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Right. Yeah. I think that's it. What actually I really want to ask to you. I mean, first fundamental side, and then how the analysis, and then how actually the best entry, how to find the best entry, those kind of thing, and then the time frame. So I've been following a lot of video. Then this so much question that I would like to ask you at the moment.
Yeah, you're here to ask. I'm here to respond.
So this is so far that I wanted to ask you, and hopefully maybe in the future I still have more questions
Yeah,
I wanted to ask.
yeah.
Yep.
But I can.
Am I the only one in the
Yeah.
meeting?
No,
Am I
you're
the only
just.
one in the meeting?
Yes, you are.
Right. So then I have a lot of things. Currently, actually, at the moment, I'm trading ECAT, then EuroCAT, USD CHF, and
Yeah.
USD JPY. Then UJ, I know you have been telling me actually UJ both are very strong currency. Then suddenly you come up with a chart just now. I'm like, oh gosh, man. Yeah, but so far so good. I'm still making money on the UJ, Yeah.
Here it
And
is. No,
yeah.
it's just that.
So,
It's just that. For example, if you have two strong currencies, they should then
yep.
be going sideways like this one. So in this pair, USD is stronger than yen, and weaker than yen when it's weak. But I would rather you take Aussie yen, because when yen is strong, Aussie is weak. So then the move is so much greater on Aussie yen than on USD yen. So I would rather you, because Aussie is very dependent on China, on exports coal and iron ore to China. So now when China goes out of business for 2 months or whatever it was, 3 months, the Aussie dollar, the Australian dollar goes through the floor.
I see.
So I would rather you do that. So for example, in a comparison, this one is 1,000 pips, I think it is, and Aussie yen is 1,600 pips. So what do you choose?
Of course, Aussie. Aussie. Right.
That's up to you. I'm not stopping you. I'm just so it's not technically, it's fundamentally, and what really drives the currencies. That's my problem. And if you want to trade USD yen, fine. I'm not stopping it.
No, yeah, because still remember that day when I asked you about the UJ, right? The USD Jap yen.
Yeah.
Then you said both currency are strong, and
Yeah.
then will
Yeah.
keep going on until it find a trend downwards, the opposite trend. So I mean, apparently today I found out that actually it seems like USD yen might have another reversal. You know, I mean, it might have a downtrend. So that's why I trade USD yen. I mean, it started last night, which is on a major resistance last night. And then now it went down until this today.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but yeah, so I mean, now you can see, right? It's actually at the top, and then now it's going down.
Yeah.
Then, do you think it will keep going down, or it will just stop somewhere in the middle or somewhere there?
What you are trading in this moment is USD. Yeah, is USD. Okay.
Yep.
So, so this is basically just shorting USD. So if you want to short USD, this is a move of 195 pips. But if you did Euro USD instead, from my entry here, okay, so you have 215 there. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to take that away. So, and then you have entry here, which is then, was it 215? Yeah. So 215, and another lower here was 250. So okay, they moved the same pips, but I would rather you buy Euro USD and maybe not pound USD. What's this one at the moment? In New Zealand, are you strong? 200 pips on New Zealand.
Okay.
And yeah, okay, maybe this one, maybe it's not. This technical setups, I think, is just to sell it again, I guess. But 280. So okay, they have generally moved 200 pips USD pairs. But I would rather you take one of those than to short USDN. But okay, I'm not going to stop you from doing that. But it's fundamentally driven. But here also, I would say this is just sideways, and then it broke out to maybe the lower side. So this is not a reversal that was trade. This down here is a reversal, kind of very bullish reversal. Like this is the low, this is the breakout. So it's it's kind of like oops, like find a new one and a new chart so it looks better. Okay, low, high, low, new high, pullback. Then you have your entry. But this reversal is gonna, yeah, I don't know. But that's what I would trade. But this is just sideways movement, and then it went a bit lower now. So to me, I would say this has still potential to go higher. And then with a pullback. Technically speaking.
Yeah, that's how I can see. I mean, I can see actually there's a pattern of forming there. You know, now I see a clear picture on the 4-hour chart. You know, so so you should go for the. I mean, I should Euro AUD, yeah, AUD yen.
If you want to trade yens, I would rather do you. If you want to trade yens, I would rather you do Aussie and New Zealand, and if you're around pound yen and CAD yen, because Aussie, New Zealand, and CAD is commodity driven currencies, right?
Right.
So they fall when the economy in the world goes down, or the oil price. They go down. On the same move, yen goes up, USD goes up, Swissy goes up. So for you to trade USD, you can trade yen, and you can also trade Swissy.
I see. Okay.
To be fundamentally correct.
AUD and exactly commodity driven, yeah? So they have the inverse relationship with the. I mean, if the economy is doing pretty well, so definitely they are going down, is it? Because all the major currency.
When the economy is doing well, USD will weaken. yen will weaken, and Swiss will weaken, and then of course Aussie, New Zealand CAD will then rise, and then
Okay.
those pairs, Aussie yen, will then rise even more,
Okay.
right?
Well, I get confused now. On the yen side. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. So,
Okay. No,
when the
so
world
okay,
economy is doing really well,
yeah, also strengthens. When the economy does well,
right?
Aussie
Okay.
yen goes up.
Because the yen goes up. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay.
Uh,
The reason is because they are commodities driven, right?
Yeah,
All
so
right. Okay.
it's that's based on oil. So oil price is down, Norwegian kroner goes down,
Right.
and USD NOK in that case goes up, and it's
Right.
been crashing lately apparently. Yeah.
Okay.
So what is it? Since this crisis started,
Okay.
we have lost 30%.
So that's mean USD actually they are going down. I mean, US dollar is weaker, isn't it?
No, okay. Well, USD is weakening, but this is the central bank defending 12 kroner for a dollar. So when price was up here, the Norwegian central bank said, we are going to buy kroner.
Okay. That was the reason.
And so they started defending 12 because overnight we lost 30% of the value of the currency, which make, for example, a phone would go from maybe 6,000 to 8,000 overnight. Oh, I don't know if the math is okay or correct, but I just did it very quickly, right? So if you all of a sudden have, because when you have so big price changes, the
Okay.
businesses doesn't have time to adjust.
Okay.
And they bought goods in one value 2 weeks ago. Now
Okay.
it has a significantly higher amount, but they can't change prices so fast without losing customers.
Okay.
Because if I go to buy a fridge, which comes from abroad normally, if I go and buy a fridge and it costs 2,000 more in one store than the other, I would buy it at a cheaper price because it's the same product. But one business was fast to change their prices with the fluctuation and the loss in kroner, and the other one was slow.
Okay.
Then the one who is slow will then make more money because he gets to sell the product, and the other one just have to keep it in the storage because nobody wants to buy it at 2,000 kroner more just all of a sudden.
Right. Okay. This
So for
must be a
businesses,
stupid.
my point is, for businesses, this is very important that it all of a sudden went 30% out the window.
That was the reason the government intervened, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the central bank.
Yeah. The central bank. Where do you get the information? I mean, the central bank of Norway.
They said, they publicly said,
okay.
we are thinking of supporting our currency. That's what they said.
Okay. So that's why it come out, right? Okay.
They said in a press conference.
Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. So that's fundamental side, right? So I mean, it will keep going down right now at the moment, or I mean, it will just stop over there.
I don't know. I don't know. So this is not technical moves anymore. So it's a bit difficult to analyze it. on the 4 hours, because there was no reversal. There is a reversal, kind of. It's a double top, new low, fine. But it's such strong moves up and down that I don't know. It's fundamentally driven. It depends how this coronavirus goes. If the coronavirus now doesn't go so hard in Norway, we start going back to business, this will lower again. But if coronavirus and the measurements they have taken to closing down Norway continues, this one is likely to go up again. But also what they did was the Fed, the American central bank, gave Norway and other central banks cash.
Oh, okay.
Because the banks in those countries wanted dollars. And they went out of dollars. Because that's where they wanted to put their money. Their clients wanted to put the money into dollars. Banks said to the central bank, we need dollars. And the central bank gave out everything they had. And now they're like, we don't have anything. So the Fed sent out money to Norway and Britain and Europe, and that supplies the market with dollars. So it goes down.
That when they announced 7 trillion, isn't it?
I think it was just 2 trillion.
Or 2 trillion, sorry. Right, 2
7.
trillion. Yeah.
Ooh, that was high. But
yeah, because we're following the news.
Yeah, but it's still just what do you call it? It's still just astronomical numbers. How much does 2 trillion really looks like? It's 2,000 billion dollars. It's just computerized. Everything is computerized. So it's not like they go out and give cash. Here you go. Here you have 2 billion.
And then, of course, they buy all the bonds, isn't it? The MTN, medium term note, those kind of things, isn't it?
Yeah, they are.
Right. Okay. So, do you think, the effect of 2 trillion things, is it going to keep going on this week, or is it going to carry on until next week? Do you think the USD going to keep weaker this week until next week?
I honestly believe that USD is weakening this week. I think I said that was a possibility on Saturday, and I think it will strengthen next week again.
What do you think of Canadian dollar anyway? Is it this commodity-driven currency, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
oil price.
The oil price, yeah. So if going up, oil price is going up, then definitely Canadian dollar is going up, yeah.
If this one is going up, Canadian dollar is going up.
Yeah.
But
so
currently it's just sideways.
You mentioned that day is going down to $13, isn't it?
I have said that is a strong possibility, yeah. But it doesn't seem like it's going.
Because both countries, I think, because the Arab Saudi having some discussion with the Americans, if I'm not mistaken, and then they have some sort of agreement, mutual agreement, if I'm not mistaken. That's the reason why, isn't it? And do you think still keep going down?
The Americans want this is the news about the Americans trying to. This is the Americans trying to what do you call it? Try to get into to make them find a deal, and this is them being rejected. So they were not fruitful. They tried, but also the consolidation that it's just consolidating and going. This means that it looks like the price is priced in. Like unless there comes more oil into the market now, we're just going to go sideways until there's an agreement. You also have to think of European and American demand for oil now has just gone through the floor. Like demand has gone down because we're not flying anymore.
Exactly.
Emirates closed down their their operations yesterday. I think it was just last week, but still.
Yeah. All the I think all the they grounded all the airplane, the airlines, if I'm mistaken. The craft, the aircraft they grounded yesterday.
Yeah.
Most of the airlines, they're cutting costs now. Yeah.
So they are a huge demander for oil, and you also have China. China's getting back into the market, or at least they want to say that they are. But they have 20. So the why it fell so hard was because China is 20% of the demand.
Yeah.
So if you take away 20% of the demand of $60, that means that means 1/4 is gone.
Yeah.
So the price should 1/5. So the price should then go down at least down to $45. But then it fell further because they flooded the market.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia,
Arab Saudi,
flooded the market, and Russia and those people.
Yeah, they increased the supply. Yeah.
Yeah, by
I think
1.5 million barrels a day.
Yeah, Aramco, I think they produce more, about 1 million. Yeah. Right. So I think the war will keep going on, isn't it? For another 1 month or 2 months, if I'm not mistaken. I think the oil prices between the Saudi Arabia and the Russians, yeah?
Until somebody is bored.
The way it looks like it, I think they are enjoying the games, you know?
Yeah, this is totally a game because it seems like the Saudi Arabian and the Russians was offended at the meeting, apparently, because they, I don't know if it was culturally, if it was somebody said something wrong, but it looks like from the outside, which we are talking about here, the outside, it seems like they just didn't get along in that meeting, and something was said, something was done, gone. Well, it came down to because I think it was because Russia didn't want to cut 1 million.
Yeah.
So since they didn't want to cut 1 million, they're like, okay, fine. We will add 1.5. So I think they were offended because they didn't want to cut anything. Because Saudi Arabia clearly meant that we need to cut to regain the balance. And there's no equilibrium, there's no balance in a market where the price is at $23. It's definitely artificial, definitely not where it normally is and should be. And so, yeah, we just have to wait for them to get an agreement, and then it will skyrocket.
I think their cost per barrel, I think, is about that range, isn't it? About $13 per barrel, isn't it?
Russia has 19, apparently. That's why it's above 19. But yeah, Saudi Arabia has the lowest cost per barrel in the world. Nobody can compete on costs.
Because they are very big. I think they have the largest oil field in the world anyway, Aramco. And then,
I don't know why, if it's technology, if it's ground, if it's equipment, if it's amount that they're able to find, I don't know. But yeah, I heard Equinor, which is the Norwegian equivalent of the oil company, said they were fine with 30. Production wise. But 23 nobody wants. And I remember when it went down to 27 last time, which is 2014, I think. They were like, this is too low, this is too low, this is too low. Now it's lower than 27.
Right.
So yeah. But so another thing that I want to pass along is that every day there is a trade plan for buyers and sellers. Every week there is a trade plan for buyers and sellers. And every month there is a trade plan for buyers or sellers. So I don't know what happened to these trade plans now. It seems like they're just tossed into somewhere. And for USD yen, as you were talking about, it seems like sellers kind of took over here. But I would say maybe it will come back to 111 for a re-entry.
111. Okay.
Because doesn't need because
111. Okay.
no, because why am I on this target? Because technical traders would say when you have a breakout of this upward channel, it has to come back to sell. It's just what retail traders want to see. But that doesn't happen. So it's a plan B, C, D, F maybe. But you always want to sell at resistance, right? You always want to sell high.
Yeah, of course.
But I see that's what I see.
Which you will never get it, you know? 80% of the traders will never get that.
Yeah. And then if have you ever seen where was that? That was somewhere here. Yeah, here. Was it here? No, it wasn't here. It was some kind of breakout on Aussie yen, on the USD, sorry. Yeah, this one. So people saw this trade, and they saw this trade. So, and then they saw this huge candle up, and you're like, I'm going to buy it, I'm going to buy it, I'm going to buy it, and then boom. So the thing was, it goes out, it breaks out of these resistance areas or trend line areas for those people, but then it never stops when it comes down again. It just continues through the floor. So that's a failed breakout. And I know traders bought here, but the pullback was very strong, or even the breakout was very strong. So yeah, what is it? Took 1 day to go 200 pips. Is it 1 day to go 190 and 190 back down again? Took it. Yeah, that's a weekend. So 3 days down, 1 day up. That's pretty drastic, actually, by the way. Yeah. So people lost money there. I know, because I've been looking at those videos where people are like, you know, when this price comes down, buy.
Luckily, I'm not one of it.
Oh.
Right. And then yesterday I was mentioned to you also about the ECAD, you know, Euro Canadian. And then you were telling me both are weak currency. Yep.
Yeah, I remember. And I'm like, why would you? The thing is, it's that it's gone up from down here and it's sideways.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't try sideways. I don't try range. But I think I said somewhere, I think it was like the weekly entry for my mentorship group was like 5666, right? I think that was the entry. Yeah. So that would have been profitable. That entry of 56, 68, 56, 66, that would be a profitable entry.
68. Oh, okay.
But you're trying to make it trend in a sideways market.
Yeah. Which is,
so
it's very hard to happen. Yeah.
You are trying to make a fish look like a cow.
Yeah, I just break even anyway. I mean, whatever the entry that I got into.
Yeah.
So I just BE last night.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah. B is always nice. Better than losing, at least.
It doesn't matter whether it goes up or goes down. So just as long as BE should be fine for me.
Yeah. So what we talked about today, we have talked about. Oh, I want to talk about at least Have you looked into first of the month, 1st of January, 1st of February, and what happens around those dates
No, I don't.
on any pair? Doesn't matter.
Yes, actively trading actually early of March.
Hmm?
I'm really actively trading early of March.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
it's okay. So what I mean by this is that I want you to have a bias every month. Okay, a direction every month. So now coming into
Okay.
April.
Okay.
So what I would have done, or what I advise people to do, is to go through what has happened 1st of April for the past
Okay.
5 years. So 1st of April 2019, 1st of April 2018, 1st of April 2017, what has happened?
The quarterly. Yeah.
Yeah, so just not necessarily analyze, yeah, just observing and taking notes what happens
Okay.
first.
Okay. Right. Okay.
And that can prepare you for what is likely to happen this month of April. So I would say it's a range of the week first if it's 21st, 1st, 2nd, 3rd ish.
Okay.
But I would say first just to. So, for example, uh, 1st of January, USD,
Okay.
2020, I think it is. Okay.
1st April. Yep.
For 1st of January, just as an example. This is this year.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this 1st of January here. Okay, that's 1st of January. What do you see happens around 1st of January 2020?
Very volatile. Everything. Bearish market now. Everything keeps selling what they have.
There is an uptrend.
Okay.
It
Uptrend. Okay.
stops.
Okay.
And bearish trend starts. It's a trend reversal. The trend reversed on 1st of January. That's how I would see it. And then how long does this trend reversal happen? It continues all the way down to 27. Oh, 20th of February. That's 2 months.
Oh, okay. Almost 2 months.
Okay. Now look again then. 1st of February. Where is it?
Okay.
1st of February. There is no 1st of February, so we go with 2nd. Here. What would you say then?
Another reversal. Yeah.
Bullish trend up to
Trend.
1st. Sells
Yep.
off 1st of February. Okay. So it ends high for December, sells in January, ends high in January, and sells in February. In March, that doesn't happen because it ends high and keeps going higher. But this is a fundamental move. This is technically and technical, it's fundamentally. Because as I mentioned before in some webinars here, this move here, this carry trade here, this is when they take profit. They entered here, sold, took profit. Adam.
You okay, mentor? No.
Awesome. So yeah, so that's what I want you to go through, right? First off, whatever the month is, first, and then you can leave out July. Yeah, leave out July. So 1st of June, 1st of August, and then the rest of the year.
1st of June and 1st of August.
No, yeah, 1st of January, 1st of February, 1st of March, April, May, June, August, September, October, November, December.
Okay. So monthly, yeah.
First of
Try
the
to
month,
analyze.
every month except July. Like,
Except, oh, okay. What was the reason except July?
it's a summer. Nobody's trading.
Oh, okay. Right.
Europe and America is outside on the beach in Bahamas
Yeah.
doing something else.
Including you, yeah. So I won't see you on July. Yeah.
Nope. You can call me, but I will be like,
Right. Okay.
how's the market today? You tell me. Have you looked? I haven't. And
So
so
it's
lower. So in July, it's lower volatility. Setups doesn't work. It's more day trades, and that's where retail traders has vacation, and that's when
yep.
they go for the charts and start making money. But it doesn't trend.
Okay.
So
So I
where
have to
is
remember for July I have to go for vacation, yeah?
yeah? Okay, of course you can trade it. It moves. It moves. No worry, no doubt about that. But this year it was a bit different, I guess. But yeah.
Okay.
So here to here. So it moved 300 pips. That's different. But last year it didn't move more than 150, I think it was. Hello, Adam. Adam. You can hear me. 2 seconds. I'm just going to close the curtain a bit, I think. Awesome.
Right.
Yeah, that was better.
Like without okay.
Mhm.
Like me, I'm currently having a very small account, like $200 account, you know. So
No worries, mate.
I mean, do you think it should be should I go I mean a longer time frame, or should I go for intraday, or is it just you know, I'm definitely not going for scalping, you know. Is it better go for intraday, or is it like swing? What kind of method do you think is better for smaller account like me?
First of all, the volatility and the waves is now much bigger than normal.
Yes, exactly.
Is now the time to lose money? No, it's not really the time. I think you can try to swing trade. Day trades is more like has more volatility and can take you out more easily. But I think also
Okay.
choosing the correct pairs trade. I think you have chosen
Right.
everything that I believe you should not be trading. You're trading, I think. And
Yeah.
but for that matter, you can trade as much as you want. I'm not going to stop you, but I want you to swing trade, have maybe 1 or 2 entries or orders at the same time, because
Okay.
I wouldn't even say to you that you should be trading at all if you don't have a plan.
Okay.
And if you don't know how, if you haven't done already 20 demo trades already,
Yep.
that proves that you're profitable. You should maybe do that first. But yeah, keep it simple. Don't risk money you can't afford to lose. And maybe wait out how this thing is going at the moment, because it's, for me, it's a bit crazy. I don't like the word crazy, but when you have pullbacks, which is normal, it's actually 107 pips, which normally is just 50.
Yep.
It's easier to lose money. Okay, so you can actually see my trade plan A, B, and D, and I think C might be the likeliest one actually. So yeah.
Yeah, started doing back testing actually, all those kind of thing with $10 account. So I
Yeah,
deposited $10, then yeah. then see, but suddenly somehow we lost out. And up when I got into $200, then everything wiped out. Then deposited again another $200.
Yeah.
Then started all over again.
Yeah, but you can also confirm with me before you enter any trades.
Okay.
If it's a good entry or not. I think you do that. I think you did that, or you asked me. I think that's a good thing, because then you get a second opinion, and I can tell you my funny opinion, and then we kind of come to the conclusion in the middle and a compromise, since we're so good diplomats. So yeah, but I don't want you to trade. I don't want you to trade at all if you don't have a system or rules. And I would rather watch you have a system. A system means rules to enter the market, which I've given you today, to go through that, and also go through my reversal strategy video on YouTube.
Yep.
How to trade reversals, to see if you can incorporate that into trading. So you have much more knowledge in the beginning before you do anything, right?
So your system, I mean, what is the best system you are using? I mean, there's no very clear definition of good system, right? I mean, it can be a combination of fundamental, combination of price action, those kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
But what is your I mean, what is your plan every week? How should you create the system? What kind of thing you're using?
For me, I have I trade yens. I at the moment only sells yen pairs out of fundamental. I only look for lower highs or reversal of trend. So I would sell here, I would sell here, I would sell here, I would sell here, and now it's gone higher again. I will now wait for a reversal, and then I would take it down again.
But it seems yen is getting stronger today, isn't it?
Well, I think this is just temporarily. I think this moves are temporary. So I think I am anticipating, hoping, and looking forward for a sell tomorrow or Monday. But I don't know if it would work
out. GJ, the most volatile market is GJ.
Yeah, but also it's just having that plan. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
Yeah, I've been using I have a trade plan actually. I mean, I've been working out actually on during Saturday, Sunday, or during a Sunday, you know. So what I did, I will try to analyze top-down analysis using from the weekly frame. Then I try to recognize the signal via price action, seeing the candlestick pattern, those kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
Then of course after that I analyze which is the resistance and support, you know. Then I got into the trade, and whichever try to find the entry and get confirmation, then I got into the entry. One of it, which is ECAT, which is so,
Eurocad.
Yeah, I was been trading the ECAT since Monday, and then last night I was BE.
Yeah.
After 3 days. Then when he said it's one of the weakest currency, and then I just realized, oh shit, my plan doesn't work.
Maybe you should ask me first. But my my point is that I don't want you to focus on the outcome. The success of your trade does not come into how much profit you get. That's up to the market. But if you get, if you do trade, how you trade with your rules, apply your rules, then you enter and exit as your rules. Even a loss could be success. What do you mean by that? If you are, where were we? We were at GJ, okay. So if I am a seller, I'm a seller here. This is support. This is resistance. I'm taking it lower. I'm selling here. If I sold here and I sold here, and I get stopped at break even, that's a win. Because I applied my rules. I sold in a downtrend. I sold at resistance. Okay. But if I sold up here, that's not a resistance. That's a new high. So that would not be a success. Okay, success in my books, in how I then look through my trades. And once the new high happens, I'm not interested until it reverses again. Right? For euro, for example, where you have here is the correct entry to sell again, fine. But selling here, no, because it did not make a new low. And this is a strong signal. It might reverse. Okay. And it's at level of 1 of 650. It's a round number for me. So I would be cautious. Okay. I would be cautious.
It has to be a round number. Okay.
It tends to turn around as a round number. Doesn't always say which round number, but it tends to. Okay. I think weekly, it's resistance, it's support on here. It's been respected before.
Oh yeah, another thing, how do you find how actually you can find the exact major support, major resistance, and then you also have the minor support and minor resistance, right? Usually through experience, of course, but but
I honestly, I can't respond to that because of it's stuck in my head.
you know, most people that are asked, that's what the same answer they are giving. You know, oh, it's inside of my head. I was like, oh, okay.
No,
so
it's experience, yes, but in true words, it's trial and fail, try and fail. As to which supports hold and which one doesn't. So yeah.
Currently, I'm using one of the some sort like the app. Actually, I installed inside the MT4, the trend and the support and resistance H4, which is it's working anyway. But just as guideline for me.
Yeah.
But it's most of the time 20% of it is failed anyway.
But what I would say is that how to find support resistance in the future, I use pivot points.
Okay, pivot point. Okay.
Pivot points. So if you want to learn more about that, you have to kind of join my mentorship group, or you can do as I did. I figured out everything myself by trial and failing, hard. So if you're afraid of failing, might not be for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I figured it out.
Right.
So you have to have a computer and you need to download pivot point indicator from the internet, and it's free, and it's easily findable on Google.
Yeah, that's what I did.
If you have
but
Google.
It's not 100% accurate. It's not 100% accurate anyway.
No, it's not about being 100% accurate, but it's also about having specific levels that you're trading. And if it goes up beyond, okay, fine. Doesn't matter to me. Okay? But for you, it's like stepping stones, it's like entries, it's targets. And if it goes ahead, then that's more than you had planned for. And that doesn't happen normally. That's not normal conditions. You want to trade normal conditions again and again and again and again and again and again. So you can repeat the same patterns and so you can repeat the same trades again and again and again. And sometimes you get extreme market conditions, again, low volatility or big volatility. But yeah, that's what you want to see. That's what I do. 8 points and price action.
Yeah, I think that's one of the, I think the best way, I think just following your reversal, the trend things, you know, and then find the weakest and the strongest currency. I think that's the best part of it, isn't it?
Well, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Don't go against the current.
That's your job, Mike.
Right. So what I will do next week before I enter any trade, I will send to you via Discord. Then maybe you can give me some advice. Then I will do that. You know.
Yes,
What do you
Mike.
think about gold anyway? What do you think about gold? Yeah, I forgot to ask. Gold.
Did you need to?
Volatile. No, I don't really dare to enter gold now.
As
It's very
I don't
volatile.
like gold at the moment. I don't like it at the moment.
Yeah,
It's everywhere and nowhere. It's fundamentally driven. This is a reversal, I guess. This is consolidation, and it went higher. Consolidating and went higher. And there's no real pullbacks, even on the 60 minutes, and we're not. Yeah. So it's kind of, yeah. I don't know. It's supposed to go higher, but it goes down because of the strong dollar, and then it goes higher again. So it's monopoly? Not monopoly. Bingo. You know what bingo is?
yeah, I know bingo.
Random. It's very random. I guess there is reasons to it and everything, but for me, it's not technical driven, so whatever.
Another thing is problem is the spread is really high at the moment. You know, I mean, it's not really worth to enter the trade.
I have heard about that. Many people also complain about that. Congratulations, you're not the first one. So stay away.
I just delete the chart, the gold chart. I just delete it. You know,
Just delete
the
it.
moment it went higher. I will just wait for it. You know, when everything back to normal.
So there,
Useless.
yeah, there's nothing. There's no reason to chase anything. There's no reason to going into a market you don't understand. So yeah, I really don't see that being important.
I mean, just
So
for
there's
that
things to also trade, and you can trade Euro Caddy if you want to instead of gold. But at least Euro Caddy we understand. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. So I think at the moment, I think well, you can go for Euro USD, yeah, and then AUD USD, yeah, and then all the AUD and ZD. I think that's very good to trade. What do you think? Should I trade AUD and ZD? Because
No.
I'm in Malaysia, so we're
No.
almost similar like the Australian market. So
No.
is it in the morning or is it no?
Never.
So it should be. What is it?
Aussie, New Zealand. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. That's the same as you're trying to hit two stones against another and you want to see who wins. Bad analogy. So in this case, they move in the same way as USD and yen. This one goes weak when everything is bad. They go strong when everything is good. So it's mostly sideways movements. Okay. And then lucky you, it got a downtrend now. Now we got an uptrend again, but now it's down again. So we don't know where it's going. So what I wanted to say is that Aussie, New Zealand is nowhere to be found in my book of recommended pairs because they move together. And if you want to Aussie, there is so much other Aussies to trade than Aussie, New Zealand. Aussie USD, Aussie Yen, Aussie Swiss. Just
Okay, the major one,
because you're from Malaysia and trades with New Zealand doesn't make you have to trade Aussie.
Right. Okay.
Just because I'm in
So
Norway
just
doesn't make USD NOK the best investment in this world. Or Euro NOK or pound.
right.
Right?
Give me your top 5 currency pair to trade, which is quite easy to make money. You know, I mean, not that easy anyway.
That's like a YouTube video. The top 5 easiest pairs to trade to make money. Here it is. Euro USD, pound USD, pound yen, USD CAD, and Aussie USD. The one that I find most easy to understand right now is Euro USD.
Yep. Euro USD, yeah.
It's also traded, but I think I find it the most interesting, most easy to understand for me right now in my knowledge. But all the yens for me is easy to understand. New Zealand not so much maybe, but yeah. So it all depends. It all comes down to what stands on my list. It stands on my list. Become an expert. That's what I'm trying to do throughout this video. Is that I've told you to choose a currency. Which currency are you trading? And then you mentioned some other things, and then we can find. But if you're an expert, you understand the currency, why it moves, and pairs around it. Okay.
Right.
So it's easy for you to understand New Zealand if you understand what drives it. So I can say Euro is very interesting and very easy to understand. But if you're the expert in New Zealand, in CAD, in USD, in yen, you might find that much more interesting to understand. So it just depends what do you want to dive into. Dive into it with your bones and your hands and your hair and everything. And then you come out as an expert. And I can, you know what, sometimes, I don't know if people know this, but I want experts around me. And I want to ask, okay, you're a pound trader. I have a couple of pound traders. What is pound doing? Then you're supposed to tell me, okay? So you're an Aussie trader. Tell me about Aussie. What drives Aussie? Then you should be able to write a full article. What drives Aussie? I don't need to know that because you know that.
Right.
You are paid for your expertise. You're not paid to be average. You're not paid to be like, I can trade anything. Anything gives me everything. No, you're paid to be expert. You're paid to be. So I know people who is paid to trade Euro USD long. Only. Only long Euro USD. Look for trade setups every single day, long Euro USD. So,
regardless of anything, long Euro USD.
or short, for that matter. Short Euro USD for the whole year.
You keep shorting.
Because you're the expert. Because you're the expert.
Right. Okay.
All right, Mike.
No, I think very good of you, to have this kind of conversation,
Yeah.
And yeah, really good, I think almost 2 hours, 1 hour and a half. Is it? Is it?
Maybe it is. I don't know.
I thought not anyone else to join the meeting.
I wanted to do it individually, and I talked I talked to a guy from Kenya.
Yep.
And now I'm talking to. Did you call yourself Fad Iza, or did you call it Fad Izam?
You can call me Fad, or you can call me Izam.
If I call you Fad, it sounds like I'm calling you fat.
Call me
So I
Zam.
would call
Zam
you
should be
Isam.
okay. You know?
I will call you Isam instead. Fine.
Zam, I think should be okay. I'm fat anyway. Right. Right. Okay, mentor. Thank you very much. I need to enroll for your course anyway soon. And I can do that via website, right? Yeah.
Yeah. IBNFX.com.
Then then I will do that. That was excellent. This really excellent, you know. And then I really widen my knowledge on this, you know. Anyway, you know, so I can see things clearly now. Anyway, I mean,
You're
it's
welcome.
better to do. Yeah, I think one of the thing. And then I have to push away gold. I have to push away ECAT and also UJ. I don't weigh my mistake, but anyway, I make a lot of money today on UJ because downtrend.
Yeah.
Now it's getting stronger now. So I just entered my trade.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Where's the
Right.
USD
So
now?
yeah, I will get to.
Yeah. And then we can short it again. And
Yeah.
at whatever price it goes up to 111. So yeah. Hey, you're welcome. Thanks for joining in.
Thank you very much, Bidal. So hope to see you soon. So I will talk to you soon again. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Okay.
Right.